should look at it as being a mistake bringing in competition. Jalen Hurts never established himself as the starting quarterback of this team last season. And apparently, Doug Peterson didn't establish himself as the coach to move forward. So now you have a new coach coming in. You have a quarterback that has just been traded that was your money quarterback, your franchise quarterback. I don't see there being a problem with there being another guy brought in to see who best fits this new coaching regime.
Yeah, I agree. You got to have some competition. And to be honest, you didn't draft Jalen Hurts to be your franchise quarterback. You thought you were going to have a Carson Wentz. Now you don't. You got rid of him. You dealt him away. So now you don't have a large enough sample size to say that Jalen Hurts is our starter for the future. So you bring in a quarterback if you choose, and you develop some competition there. He's thrived in that space. Regardless, he's not going to run. He's going to look at it in the face and take it head on. Joy?
No, you guys are absolutely right. Look, Hurts showed some stuff. He showed the intangibles. You know, he's a leader. He can earn the respect and the trust of his guys in the locker room. He can make plays with his legs and at times with his arm. He's high character. All that's great. But he did not show you that he's definitely your franchise quarterback. They were 1-3 with him. He did only complete 52% of his passes. He did throw 6 touchdowns, but 4 interceptions. He did have a passer rating of 77, which would have been 31st in the league. So the jury is definitely still out on Jalen Hurts. So this is the right move by the Eagles, Joy.
Wrong move. Who told the Eagles that having a quarterback competition is a good idea? This is not The Bachelor. This isn't a situation you want to go into the season with. You don't want a competition at quarterback. That means you don't have a quarterback. You just went through this with Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts. So obviously, Carson Wentz had been more established than Jalen Hurts, but you got to give Jalen Hurts a chance. I don't know if everyone forgot, but the Eagles were the worst in the worst division in football last year. You may want to spend that pick on a starter that's going to contribute to the overall roster. See what you have in Jalen Hurts. Make a commitment, Eagles. It doesn't have to be forever. If Jalen Hurts doesn't work out this year, guess where you're going to be? The top of the draft next year. You can do it again. Plus, you got some extra picks. You just made a trade for send Carson Wentz away.
All right, on to New England. The Patriots reportedly had no real interest in bringing Carson Wentz to Foxborough. LeVar, who should the next Patriots quarterback be after they decided not to pursue Carson Wentz?
Cam Newton. You bring back Cam Newton. It's the best decision you can make. Cam got them through this season. Now, people are saying he didn't look good, he wasn't accurate, he didn't throw the ball well. And all of those things are true to a certain degree, right? But let's be clear here. He provided a leadership that you clearly saw that New England, they needed. They were able to buy time in this season, which I think it would have been a way worse season if you didn't have Cam at the helm. I think he deserves another opportunity. He only had 2 months' time to prepare in a COVID offseason after coming off an injury and not having legitimate playing time the year before. Give Cam one more go at it. I think that'd be the best decision.
Man, as much as I like Cam, I don't know if I can see Cam doing that again. You got to try to get Jimmy Garoppolo back. Bill Belichick wanted him. He wanted him, and he wanted to usher Tom Brady into retirement because of Jimmy Garoppolo and what he had in Jimmy Garoppolo. So why not try to go and make that work? You have a relationship with Kyle Shanahan. You know Kyle kind of doesn't want Jimmy, or he does, or he doesn't. So make that phone call. See what you can try to work out.
Yeah, look, Cam, it's kind of like when you're about to go to prom and you got that next door neighbor you're friends with, great personality. She all right. You trying to go after one of the foxes. If you can't get one of the foxes, then you go with your next door neighbor. All right? But Jimmy G is more of a fox at this point than Cam Newton. All right? I'm going after Jimmy G for all the reasons that Greg said. And if I can't get him or get anybody else, yeah, I'll go get Cam to get us through the season again.
The Middle Ages are over. Cam Newton was the bridge. It's time to draft for your future. Try and trade up in the draft. Get one of these quarterbacks that you like. Build the new era of the New England Patriots. I love Cam. Maybe you keep Cam as a starter for this year, and the guy that you draft learns from him. Cam is a confident enough guy to do that. And I don't know how big the market is for Cam around the league anyway, so he may not have a choice. I think that's the best situation for the Patriots at this point. I don't know who the 49ers are going to get to replace Jimmy G, so I really don't see him leaving. I don't see Deshaun Watson going to the Patriots, so I don't really know how many guys are actually out there that are that much better. And look at the division. It's not the same old AFC East anymore, so I think you just need to start building for the future.
Let's stay in the AFC East, Joy, and go on to the Jets. It was reported that the trade market for Sam Darnold was hurt by the package of draft picks that the Eagles got back for Carson Wentz. So, LeVar, are the Jets better off with Sam Darnold at QB, or are they better off drafting a quarterback with the second pick overall?
When I saw this question on the topic, I figured I'd just say a whole lot of nothing and try to give a very, very quick and short answer. Because the Jets, I mean, I'm not a believer of the Jets right now. So Sam Darnold, it's somebody else. I think the Jets are still a train wreck that has to be repaired and fixed. And if you want to go with Darnold, stay with Darnold. You want to go with a draft pick, stay with a draft pick. I was not definitive on this answer. You know why? Because the Jets have given me absolutely no reason to be definitive on my answer. I think they're in bad shape either way.
Which is why I would say just stay with Sam Darnold and use the draft pick on something that you're certain of. Don't keep playing this quarterback carousel cycle. Like, if you're going to get a quarterback, it better be Deshaun Watson. But if you're going to stick with Sam Darnold or have the potential of drafting a quarterback, yes, stick with Sam Darnold. He's not terrible. He hasn't had any type of support. Let's see what he can do with Mike LaFleur if that's where they choose to go.
Yeah, look, Adam Gase, I mean, we saw Ryan Tannehill blossom once he got rid of Adam Gase or away from Adam Gase. So let's see if Darnold can do the same thing. There are always ballyhooed quarterbacks in the draft. It's as simple as that. Only Trevor Lawrence is really a sure thing or the closest thing to a sure thing. The rest of them are gambles. And Sam Darnold was ballyhooed coming out of college. So let's give him one more shot with Robert Saleh. See if he can turn it around before you move on from him, Joy.
You know what I don't like to use to describe my quarterback? Not terrible. They have the second pick in the draft. The Sam Darnold era in New York is over. It's fine. Don't be greedy, Jets. You have 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and 2/3 just this year, a massive amount of cap space. Trade Sam Darnold for whatever anyone will take him off your hands. Draft the future. Start over. Don't be greedy. This is the Sam Darnold era in New York is over.
All right, on to Tampa Bay. Buccaneers running back LaShawn McCoy had this to say about the GOAT, Tom Brady. He's dialed in. He can play another 5 years. That would put Tom at 48 years young. So, LeVar, is LaShawn McCoy right that Tom Brady can play 5 more seasons, or is he out of his mind?
No, he's not out of his mind. I mean, Tom Brady be taking them peppermints to handle his sugar. You know what I mean? You know how them old heads be handling the sugar with peppermints. I mean, he's doing all. He takes Geritol at night, man. The dude takes long walks and sits and feeds ducks. He's an old man in real life, but he's just something just different about Tom Brady when he puts his uniform on and he goes onto the football field. If I was ever to be a disbeliever of what the capabilities of Tom Brady would be, he dashed them, he put them to sleep this season. I can't believe he was able to play at the level that he did, even though at times people felt as though they saw his age showing. I think he's such an intelligent, bright football player, and he's able to get his other teammates around him to be the same way, that he can play for at least another 3 to 4 years. 5 years, why not? 6, why not?
Chris, last time I saw you, man, in L.A., didn't you have a pocket full of peppermints?
For that sugar. You got to handle that sugar, Chris.
Yeah, man. I knew he had a pocket.
I'm the elder statesman.
But I'm with you.